And here we are, Wednesday afternoon, basically the same time as yesterday, 5 p.m. But as you can see today, well, yesterday it was more sunny. Today it's not that it's not hot, well, it's basically perfect weather. Not hot, not cold. But yeah, in the morning, I came to work. I was in my short sleeves. I wasn't cold. I came to work, I stopped, I started to sweat. And then throughout the day, I was cold. So, I don't know now what is going on. Or that, now I have every 5 minutes I have to change or put on the layer or remove a layer. But yeah, tomorrow actually, well, during the night, tomorrow morning, we are now expecting quite severe rain. Actually, they have declared in the yellow or orange danger condition throughout for the whole Slovenia, but much on that later. Okay, so we are back. So yeah, apparently it will start raining after midnight. And then it will be, pretty severe throughout of Slovenia. Basically, the yellow level, I think it's yellow or orange, I don't know what they call it, basically means that there is danger of flooding by the rivers. But you have to also take into consideration that usually, the first day when we have, large rain, so the flooding is in the upstream, but then the next day it's even worse downstream, when all the rivers, smaller rivers, join with the big rivers, and all, streams, all the tributaries, I think it's the word. Oh, there is a doggo in the distance being loud. Yeah, and then the next day it's even worse downstream. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow, and of course it will be much colder. So I think yesterday it was plus 18 in the morning, today it was plus 16. Tomorrow we are expecting 14. And on Friday 11. Yeah, by the leaves, it's basically already autumn. Everything is falling. Well, there are plenty of green leaves, but you can see quite a lot of fallen ones. Nadejmo. Yeah, Liza once again demanded, I think it was like 5 to 5. She came into my room and started woo-wooing. But you know, in the morning, oh no, different story. For example, this past night, she slept the whole night in front of my door, basically in the yeah, not by the door. Basically, I couldn't, if I wanted, I couldn't close the door. She was basically in the door frame, by the door frame. Let's say by the door frame, and she slept the whole night there. In the morning, I woke. You know, morning pets, of course. Went to the bathroom. I came back. She was in mom's bed. But then I said, okay, Liza, come on, let's go. And she came on her own without any treats. She said, okay, I will go. Oh yeah. Interesting. So what, 2 weeks ago they stopped working. They changed all the beams or sleepers, apparently, as they are called. I don't know. But strangely, there is still a machinery and a quite large pile of soil. Basically, it's not, stones or gravel, but it's still, there. Their excavator and so forth. So I don't know if they are planning to continue in that direction towards the main station, or they are just planning to remove any excess, soil that they have basically dug from here, which is, also possibility. But yeah, at least now it's working. I mentioned that last week there were some problems with the public bus service, and because a lot of school children missed school or were late coming. Pridi sam, Lizzy. Tuki greva. But yeah, today basically a representative entity of the bus drivers had a event. Primo. Lizzy, greva. Where they basically explained that there are too few of them, that they need more drivers, that people are still not paid decently, which I concur. All the professional drivers, bus or the truck, are paid not enough, especially for the international let's say traveling or transport. And yeah, for example, the bus drivers for our local public bus company, the LPP, I don't know when they changed it, a couple of years ago. Until then, they were paid only for the time they were actually driving the bus. So for example, according to the bus schedule, you know, he is basically continuously driving. Come, Lizzie, come. Between I swallowed a mosquito or something similar. Oh. Lisa, the qua siamo with some. So you know, they have to drive between two, you know, end stations and stops. But when they reached the end stop, they had to wait for, you know, 10-15 minutes before they left the end stop according to the bus schedule. And until, well, a couple of years ago, while they were waiting, you know, to go to start driving once again, so let's say for 10-15 minutes, that time wasn't calculated towards their work hours. And yeah, then they had, you know, a little bit of, let's say, revolt. And then when it came into the light, they changed this. And for example, they also have here in LPP, they have also, you know, split shifts. Basically, I don't know if that's what it's called in abroad, but basically, you know, they would work 4 hours and then they would have a couple of hours free and then 4 hours. So basically, some people would drive only during rush hours, you know, in the morning and then in the afternoon. And you know, basically you cannot do anything. You know, if you, and I still remember one of the there were there are still few female drivers, but she was one of among the, let's say, oldest with the longest tenure. And she explained, yeah, when she has this split shift, she has a garden, you know, small patch, and during that free time between her shifts, she goes there and works on her garden, and then she goes to work. Yeah, but you know, they changed this for our, you know, for the drivers of the LPP, but the same thing still applies for other companies, especially in the private ones. And today they said, you know, people can actually drive every day for 12 hours, you know, including those stops that they have to make. For example, when they wait at the, you know, the terminal, at the port, or, you know, at some warehouse, because they are not moving, they are not getting paid. And, you know, some people, apparently, according to this representative entity, some people, they can drive for 12 hours per day and still cannot tale pa ni za božat. Velika punca je, ja. 9 let bo. So yeah, and you know, apparently 12 hours per day, and they still cannot fulfill their monthly obligation regarding driving, you know. And they spent basically they are non-stop on, well, in the bus or, oh, Lisa sees lady, or in truck. Okay, we will end on this point.